Hi, my name is Sarah McIntyre, and I'm a writer and an illustrator. And would you like to take part in building 7,500 school libraries? 7,500! National Bookstore in the Philippines, that's their biggest bookshop, has pledged that they will build one school library for every 75 videos posted. And the hashtag that you use is Read Out Loud Challenge. So you read out loud from a book, any book, and post it, and they'll help build these libraries. So I'm going to read from Jinx and O'Hare, Fun Fair Repair, a book I did with my friend Philip Reeve. This actually started as a comic that I wrote, and then he illustrated it, and then we swapped, and he wrote the book, and I did the pictures. So it's set on Fun Fair Moon, which is a planet where everything is a fun fair. And I'm going to start in the Lost Property Office, where everything's going a bit wrong. You can see here, there's creatures from all over the galaxy. And this is Mrs. Mims, the squid who's in charge of lost property, and Emily, who's her adopted sort of daughter. So everything's going wrong. "I'm so sorry," poor Mrs. Mims kept saying, blushing every colour of the rainbow as she rummaged among the shelves of coats and hats and bags, trying to reunite angry customers with their belongings. "Oh, Emily," she said, spotting Emily peering over the counter. "Something dreadful has happened. I've never known so much lost property in one day. Things have been getting lost and mislaid all morning, and people are handing them in almost as fast as I can label them. And now the owners have started turning up to claim them, and I can't find them. Somebody comes in asking for a lost bobble hat, and I check my list, and I see bobble hat number 79. But when I fetch number 79, it isn't a bobble hat, it's a pair of skis or a cement mixer. Somehow all the labels have got mixed up. You haven't touched them, have you, dear?" Emily shook her head. "I've got an injured fun fair inspector here. Is it all right if we put him in the front room?" "Of course, dear," said Mrs. Mims absent-mindedly. Suddenly, a huge, booming voice cut through the din. It sounded as dark as space, and so commanding that everyone fell quiet at once and drew aside to let the owner of the voice stride up to the counter. There we go. He loomed over them. "Is this the place where lost things are brought?" he demanded. "Yes, sir," said Mrs. Mims. "I have lost my son." "Your son? Well, a lost child is not technically lost property, sir. I think you need to—" "Silence!" roared the stranger. "I am Lord Kroll, commander of the Black Space Fleet, conqueror of worlds, supreme ruler of the dark voids of Quorn. Star systems tremble at my very name. But my wife's gone to her sister's for the weekend, and she left me in charge of our little boy. So I thought I'd bring him to your Fun Fair Moon. I'm told children enjoy this sort of thing you call fun." "Yes, we do," said Emily. "Silence!" bellowed Lord Kroll. "Unfortunately, I got rather dizzy on the learning-go-round." "But the learning-go-round isn't a ride," said Emily. "It's our school." "I was told it would be educational," said Lord Kroll, "but it went a bit faster than I was expecting." "And it isn't even open today," said Emily. "While I was recovering, my lad must have wandered off. I asked those black spiny creatures who were operating the ride if they saw which way he went, but they just rustled at me." "What black spiny creatures?" asked Emily. Some of her teachers were pretty odd-looking, but none of them was black and spiny, and she couldn't think why they'd be operating the learning-go-round when it wasn't a school day. Lord Kroll wasn't listening. "I've been looking everywhere," he said. "I need you to find him now, or I shall order my space commandos to tear your puny fair to pieces." So that is from Jinx and O'Hare, Fun Fair Repair. And remember, 7,500 libraries. Come on, let's get going with the Read Out Loud Challenge.